Now, when we talk about pulling exercises, we got deadlift as the main movement. There comes a time in your training when it is useful to split the deadlift into haltings, the bottom part of it, and rack pulls, the top part of it. Handling PR weights in those two exercises will make the deadlift go up without your having to do the deadlift itself. Because at some point, the deadlift gets so hard and so consumptive of recovery resources that it may make sense for you to try splitting that into haltings and rack pulls. It worked pretty well for me. Because once you get up into over 550 for pulling a set of 5 off the floor, that's going to take you 2 weeks to recover from that. And it just taps into all kinds of other training, recovery, and it's not a good thing. So there are cases when the assistance exercises are useful. Now, really what I'm talking about when I'm referring to the other stuff, the triceps press downs and the dumbbell flies and all that stuff, are what we call ancillary exercises that are they're off to the side, and they're really, you don't really make a lot of total doing ancillary exercises. Find me somebody who can honestly say that they made their squat go up with leg extensions. Find me a guy that will tell you that with a straight face.
I think people can convince themselves of anything because the measure of efficacy is whether or not they feel a pump, or it's not actually numbers on the bar going up.
Right.
You can't take the largest muscles in your body and expect to stress them enough with an isolation exercise, and expect those muscles to grow. So,
because that's not the way they work together.
So on accident,
they don't work in isolation.
It's not, and it's not enough systemic stress to make you grow.
Right. There's not any systemic stress at all.
Yeah, systemic stress is the deal, and the barbells, heavy barbell lifts will make those go up. So when it does work in the minds of folks, it's because they're also the kind of person that's still going to push really hard on the barbell lifts.
Yep.
Right.
But the barbell lifts are what are providing the primary stress.
The barbell lifts are providing the stress from which you recover and adapt. Because triceps press downs don't do that. And if they did, what makes you think they would contribute to a bench press? Because the triceps press downs don't look anything at all like a bench press. They're not used. Triceps aren't used the same way. But really what it boils down to is a bunch of feelings. It's a bunch of feelings. And this is, if an exercise science degree means anything valuable at all, it should mean an analysis by which we can remove our feelings from this equation. But they don't even, it's never questioned. Join us this week on Starting Strength Radio. We've got a discussion about your training that you'll welcome, especially since it follows comments from the haters, which I know you all can't stand as much as I can't stand it either. But we're going to get past that, and then we're going to talk about several important aspects of your training that you are not thinking about correctly. All right? Be sure and be here this week for Starting Strength Radio.